Whoa!
You guys where I have to go. After this set.
100%.
There you go. Where's it started? This is
the very beginning. Yeah, you haven't missed.
Fabulous. There you go. In time, I thought it'd be cool then.
We can time that.
All you need to know is you need to bait blame DTJ for my momentary losing.
Blame him. Although he did bring a hell of a gift, and you left the door open.
Yes, I did. The cat is here. But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because the set started.
Here.
The fox is here. He's a 6 and costs us 69%. What more could you want?
Ah, brilliant.
Boo.
So yeah, I guess Prof's pretty familiar in this matchup, as we were saying.
He is.
A couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, like against like, Maxi and I think like his like old school like Puff experience would be Tech.
Yeah.
It's always been like super good and challenging Prof. So he's always had like in Europe we've always had that really good Puff. That Prof has had to, you know, stay good in the matchup for.
Yeah, I guess it comes down to also whether Prof keeps the matchup in his like vocabulary of training, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
If he consistently practices in this matchup, because you can know the matchup, but you still need to practice, right? So it's whether or not he still does practice against Prof. That'll be the first that I've gone.
I wonder how much Prof practices.
To be fair.
Yeah.
No, he's doing super well. I mean, it's like it's pretty much.
I think he does. He does his fair share. He does his fair share.
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah. I'm surprised we're on Dreamland actually as well.
Apparently, Prof likes the stage.
Yeah.
So.
I assume it was GG talking about Prof being good on the stage. But it's still a strange like starting pick because Puffs usually counts pick it anyway. So.
Well, I guess it's like to get it out of the way because I know there's a lot of players who do play it to get it out of the way. Because the thing is the Puff kind of picks you, and sometimes it's in a really awkward part.
Yeah.
Set. Like if it's like a third game or a fourth, it's like oh.
That's true. Like if Prof loses this set, it's not like a big swing and it's like oh now he's got a
dream.
You know,
yeah.
Exactly. Or it's like I had a set before like as Icy's where it was like versus Frenzy and then the last game was on FD. I can only imagine that being very stressful to have your last set of a best of 5.
Yeah. When you get it out of the way and it's like right, Dreamland's done. This.
Yes, like the game should like all the stages are like fairly even. The stages will no longer be a massive factor.
Yeah. That's true.
He's just running. All his practice was a decade ago.
Yeah, really nice movement from Prof, honestly. Very fast as always. Prof's movements have always been stupid sick. It's very like short, concise, like you know.
Yeah.
Very specific way of moving, very distinct, I think. Okay. Where?
Very specific.
Very specific.
I think like it's hard for me to notice because Puff. Yeah. It was good. It was a good catch. Right? So, it's hard to notice because I think Puff makes such minute movements, but I think Solo has been like maneuvering around Prof's options really well.
Yes.
And it's like if he was like, you know, a frame off, he would be taking a lot more of these nairs and back airs that Prof's been throwing out.
Prof trying to push him to the side a little bit.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Oh,
You don't
he's
want to see
alright.
that.
Prof actually has super good DI as well when it comes to the Puff throws.
No, I hate seeing a game.
Speaking of throws.
No,
No, he hates it.
big sad. Alright.
But Dreamland's out the way.
It's gone.
As you said, it's gone. It's never coming back.
In the bin.
It's gone.
So we're not going back there. Where do you think we're gonna go?
I want to say Yoshi's. It'd be Yoshi's or FD. Oh, sorry.
Nice one.
I forget. It's Prof.
Dumbass.
And he loves Pokemon Stadium more than his own mother.
I guess like Prof just likes having the space.
He does.
Prof enjoys the space a lot, really.
Yeah. I forget, and also this is without transformations.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, no transformations on that.
Oh. That's beautiful.
That was really good.
12% on his belt. That's all. That's it. Okay.
Then again, it's you don't want to get too hyped about like stocks and stuff in this matchup.
Let's go stocks! You
No.
always get hyped. You go hype until you have to come down.
You go hype until you get miserable and depressed.
Yeah, you just want to feel something.
This thing got a little too real.
If you wait for the hype, you may never get it. If you follow through the hype and then have to watch your favorite player go down, so be it.
Spoken like a gambler.
Absolutely. Otherwise, you'll never be happy. Can you imagine like cheering for your like? Oh, I don't want to play. Sorry, I don't want to cheer for my favorite player in case they use.
It's more. You don't want to pop off over like 1% because it could swap around so quickly.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And Pop vs. Fox. It was a 6-star. Nothing's taken that away. That was a great start. Very nice. Reverse forward, sorry. Yeah. So I mean, Soda's playing it back. He hasn't looked too flustered. He's been. Ooh, interesting. Okay.
This isn't too bad, honestly. This is like not.
Jab into net.
This is like puff even. It's like not technically even.
Yeah.
But it's like puff even.
Yeah. I think at this point, like, it's the first stock. Having like a 1-stock lead, you know, like 4-3, I'm very not comfortable with. I think at this point, I'm starting to be like, yeah, man, this is swinging in Prof's favor pretty heavily at this point. For Solo to turn this round, it means that Solo was playing very well.
Solo is playing.
Especially at this point,
well,
like. It looked like some good SDI.
Oh,
that was
gonna be like a rest or something, and I panicked.
Yeah, but Prof did really good DI right there. Like he was very ambiguous whether he was going to land on the platform or not. So Solo had to kind of like incorporate both, so he didn't get like the kill. But he did get the kill. So.
But he got it.
But he did get it. So. Very good stuff.
Yeah, Solo's played insane actually.
Yeah. He hasn't seemed to be getting as many like early stocks.
It's good thing that you like. I mean, you've been saying that Prof's DI has been so good that Solo's not going to go for the rest of the DIs
exactly
that well, like going that well. So
yeah. So like when you're doing that well, as you're saying, like when Prof finally doesn't DI it right, you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
Or sorry, when he DIs it wrong and you could get a rest, you're not as prepared then as you would be with most people.
I mean, there's a possibility that Solo's just planned, like, while playing this game, like an alternative game plan towards like taking Prof. He's noticed maybe, hey, okay, he's DIing pretty well, it's unlikely I'm going to get the rest, so I need to adapt my playstyle to, you know, edge guard him, get him off the stage.
For sure. But I don't feel like Prof has been. I feel like Solo has been really good at finishing off the stocks.
He has or he hasn't, sorry?
Yeah, he has been.
Yes.
But when Prof's at low percent, Prof gets so much more damage.
Yeah, I think Solo's a little high. If you can kill him here, he's still got a solid chance. But he does.
But yeah, and to be fair, like, that this isn't something uncommon we've seen from Puffs.
No.
Where like, oh, it's Puffs at 100% and it's off a fresh stock for the Fox. It's free. Like no one thinks that anymore.
There we go. Yeah, Solo would have had to have like done it like in that little time frame, I think.
Yeah. Still, very good showing. This is why Prof loves Pokemon Stadium so much.
Yeah.
He's very comfortable there. And I imagine it's a lot better with I don't know what like the tier list for stages are in this matchup from the Fox's perspective, and I know that people prefer Yoshi's and FD, and I don't usually see Pokemon come up, but I wonder if it would come up a lot more with transformations gone. Ooh, that was really good.
Oh,
no, I like that. That's gone. Yeah, that's a crucial rest miss.
So I wonder if
That should have been a trade, but.
That's like the only rest that's been like almost executed. Like,
yeah. It was the only time, like as I was saying as well, the only time Prof didn't get the DI, it felt like someone was like, oh god, I have a rest opportunity, I have to go for it.
Yeah.
he wasn't quite as like he got in his own head about it.
The space was really nice, but didn't pay off.
Yeah, I think this is where like mentality will play a big part. Amazing meow. Amazing contribution from your cat.
Comes is me and Haven and my cat's Kale and Matthew.
Shh, do a great job.
Thank you for letting us know.
Anyway, sorry, they were far too engaging. I was completely distracted.
But just like that Prof's like 2 stars.
Yes.
Well, I guess like more like 3 stars.
Yeah.
This is probably end. I've noticed Solo's not going out off stage as much as who was the first. Or maybe the first game.
Yeah.
It's like towards the end of Pokemon Stadium he was going out there. I'm curious as to why, whether it's like a...
Yeah, you mentioned that versus Isdar with Isdar and Lavingi, which, and that one I understand more because Falcon, if you do overextend, you can just die. But Puff doesn't really have that problem, so I'm surprised to see. Okay, Tech Chase.
There it
very
is.
good, very good.
Hey.
Okay, this is exactly what Solo needs, just like that confirmation. Like, no, I can hit these rests. I don't need to get in my own head about it. It was a one-off. Missing that one rest, it didn't matter.
That's the comeback up for Solo for sure.
And now it's like, you know, it's basically even.
Okay.
Ooh, good little chip.
I'll just try to get them set up a little bit more. Although not that it would matter if we got the FA on the platform anyway. Oh,
Good DI.
scary.
Again, good DI.
Oh, so scary. Yeah, and
Yeah.
there we go. And
Yeah.
so we're starting to go out there a little bit more now. Boom.
That's
Alright,
it. Oh, I mean, I would. It's still pretty even. Like that was a really nice stock from Solo.
Yeah, I think
What he
Prof-
needed to do, but Prof just needs like one up smash and suddenly.
Yeah, it's pretty much even.
Yeah. Although depending on how much percent he takes.
I'm expecting him falling up.
Oh, very good. Very nice.
Beautiful. So that's 2-1.
Already dead. Oh. Sorry, cats.
Sorry, we have to shut the cats. Being a pain.
But yeah, there's 2-1 to Solo.
Beautiful.
He's giving pushing Prof, which I'm really glad to see. I wanted this turnaround where it's like, Prof originally was like, yeah, I don't see him to be like as threatening as some of the other Profs I played, and now he's kind of losing to him. So it's like, oh, maybe he is. Maybe he's put the work in, done the practice.
It's a little bit more exciting for Prof too, right? I remember back in the day, Prof saying something like, "You want some more competitions. You
Yes.
just want to be the only person dominating the scene." And obviously, in the UK, I guess that's starting to happen in the last year or so, or last 2 years or so.
Yeah.
But now Europe's.
You mean the change, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Europe have been stepping up. We've been seeing a lot of good players kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's not just the old school people anymore. There's a lot
No.
of up-and-comers from the past 2 years. Oh, that would have been nuts if you got
That
that.
would have been nuts. I would have preferred like the safer up air.
Dude.
Safety's good.
Dude.
Wear your seatbelt, kids. Ooh.
Drugs.
Do the drugs.
Really right.
I'm glad we've got the polar end of the commentary. Wear your seatbelt, put a helmet on if you're gonna go on a bike.
The gamble versus the, I like my money in the bank account. There you go, nice little crash on the shield as well.
Yeah, you did. That's really good.
That's amazing crash.
Ooh, I misspaced the grab a little bit.
Oh, wait, I missed it. That should be it. Oh!
Yeah, good angle. That was a pretty hard angle to cover, actually.
Expected
I feel like a short one was. I very strongly expected a short one. Maybe that was what Prof was. I'm too good to not get a short one.
There you go. I'm expecting Solo to go for these, like, because Pokemon can obviously go out and, like, start hitting Fox in the, like, starting animation of Firefox.
Yeah, you can be a bit more, I guess, reckless off stage.
Yeah, and I guess I've just seen Solos, like, sometimes go for it and sometimes not, and I feel like it'd be a much bigger success rate. Because there's a weight here, right? Like, see, and then, like, you can kind of caught here.
Yeah.
I feel like if Solo goes out a lot more, there'd be... If it feels like there's a fear factor or something.
I do see what you mean, because like there was a point where he literally like had the back air to finish Prof off on an edge guard, but he just kind of reeled it in a tiny bit and missed it.
Yeah, and they go again like it's too late. Or,
Yeah, he
you know,
doesn't.
It's like a hesitation.
He doesn't need to be as safe as he's being. Like he's trying to like be like, "Ooh, if I just get the perfect frame on the drift back, then I'll be ready." It's like just lean into it a bit more.
Yeah, it's I don't know. There is definitely a hesitation. But again, it's also easy stepping.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially against a player like Prof.
Yeah.
Because if you do overextend by the tiniest bit in an unsafe way, Prof will capitalize on it hard.
Yeah.
So Prof's very good at making you kind of fear over aggression.
Okay, so just keep out of range. Nice.
It was a good recovery. Another great edge dash.
Yeah, there you
There we go. Yeah. And as you're saying, that's Prof. He has room to be that low to do those things.
Yeah.
It's good to see him go for it.
Okay, Prof still with the really strong little lead there though.
Yeah.
So.
And Rest is off the table. Rest is off the table. He's got a.
Oh my lord. The
Does he
damage.
need it though? He doesn't seem to need it.
Oh. Oh my god. The damage went from like 9% to 98 in like the short space of a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Up down was nuts.
This is an important stock as well, because right now Prof still has a pretty sizable lead until he loses his stock, which is looking pretty likely. Yeah.
This is so exciting.
Yeah. This is Prof's last stock as well. Not last stock of the tournament, but this could be his last stock of this set. Oh! No, I didn't get the single hit. Yes. So if Prof loses.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Tournament bracket.
His winner's bracket.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. It's FOD. Okay. Interesting. I actually recall this happening before, and Solo liking Yoshi's. I should have used that information in my prediction.
Well, I guess like Jigglypuff doesn't have to kick your ass sideways as far.
That's
and
true.
Also, the rest is gonna definitely kill 90% of the time.
Yeah, I don't.
Is it from Zero or is it from on Yoshi's?
I would have thought that like.
It's very low.
Yeah. I don't know if on all DIs you'll always be fine, you know. But I think the likelihood of dying to Puff's rest at 0 is pretty increased.
Yeah, and you're also we were talking about how Prof likes the space. You're kind of like limiting the space a lot.
True. Yeah.
Big fat like Jigglypuff legs can get all over the stage, so those juicy Jigglypuff thighs.
And I think Solo does play like a 30 aggressive game as well.
Yeah.
So I think it does benefit his style.
Prof being so. Oh, that the threat! The threat was so
I'm
nice.
surprised that went down the way it did, because Prof had a lot of time to respond to the animation of Puff's get up, so he should have known, but I don't know what.
I think he was
Perhaps
playing
I'm
with his
missing
mind.
something. Yeah.
Because he was just jumping up and down and just threatening, and then Solo was just holding the shield, just not trying to get fucked. That was a mind game. That was scary.
Prof's put his hitboxes in strange positions.
Little kick just to do
Yeah, just give him a little kick.
no, kick.
Better safe than sorry, better safe than sorry. You don't want Prof flying around.
Just in case.
Just kick him off the stage.
Prof moving nicely, very patiently.
The double jump. There's no way he intended that double jump. That was such a nice movement though with Puff in shield, and he's just like, hello, I'm just gonna stand next to you. Like, Puff doesn't have the fastest out of shield options. And on top of that, that was super good reactions.
Well, not really, yeah. Nice little bit of juicy percentage.
Solo is finished. Solo is finished for those asking.
Hey, Prof, just. Oh!
Ooh, nice
That
catch.
was amazing.
I'm not sure what percent he needs to be at for. Okay. I was gonna say for the back end to get off the ledge because I think he was around that space, but it did not matter. He's been sharking these up airs.
Keeping him right off stage.
This is just like we're just kind of getting one hit on each other. Oh no, that's not what you want. Not for Solo. There's so many times with Puff that like every individual like bit of DI is immensely crucial in a more obvious way than other characters, because I think that does apply to everybody in Melee. But with Puff, it's like, yes, you've missed the SDI on the upper, and now you are definitely dead at a very low percent compared to what it should be.
Yeah, no, I feel that. This is a Solo win since this is Seth, right? 2-1?
It's 2-2.
It's 2-2? Oh, this is final game, of course it is.
This is final game.
Oh no!
Yeah, so this is not what you wanted for Solo. He started this game off pretty strong.
Yeah.
He had the
I mean,
lead.
it's still not.
It's definitely not done. Yeah.
Yeah, it's never over.
Yeah, but it's quite the comeback you have to make,
So
and he
that's
can't
really
rest, so he's got to. Yeah, nice, very nice.
This is scary. Because as we saw in the last game as well, Solo did like literally went from 9% to 60.
Oh, not like that.